Hello and welcome to Stick to Fitness, brought to you by my co-host Archie and myself, Hymsuen. And for today's topic of discussion, we're going to be going through our top fitness myths. So fitness myths are typically shit we all know and believe to be true, but isn't actually potentially true. But so well known in the industry. It's a little bit like Chinese whispers going on with the information. Or if you're Chinese like myself, we just call it whispering. So what is your biggest fitness myth that you once believed in? Or you was talking about your mum, right?
Yeah. being told that if you exercise, you can eat whatever you want and you won't gain weight.
Crazy one.
Yeah,
Where did that stem from? Why did she believe that?
I don't know.
She said she underestimated.
I think
how much.
she definitely underestimated how much I was eating without her being around.
Right.
Maybe how much exercise I was doing, because it obviously wasn't intense enough I wasn't out training my bad diet, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe as well, she may have thought I was only eating whatever she was giving me.
Right. And she's never been fat from that, so maybe.
No,
she
yeah,
felt
exactly.
Like...
Well, she was in control, you know.
Yeah.
So if she was giving me like lunches, breakfast, I wouldn't really eat breakfast, but then like maybe she.
What did you get for lunch when you were in school?
It depends. When I was in year 10 and 11, I was going out every day, so I'd had money. I wasn't telling her I was going to the chicken shop every day, getting fried chicken wings.
Do you think your parents know that?
No, he didn't know that.
You don't think they assume that we went, oh yeah, we're going to eat healthy food?
No, not so much healthy food, but like we're just going to go and get like a sandwich from like Sainsbury's or something.
Oh yeah?
Because obviously you'd be given money for the week, but really so much that you could spend. But then when you're playing like pound up against the wall and you're like doubling your money for the week and stuff, it's like, what?
Pound up against it.
Well, like,
we used to go to Jewish football. I don't know why it's called Jewish football.
I've never heard of it because Jewish football. But then you'd be like, okay, yeah, so then I can go get like a sausage butty from the cafe in the morning, like something, and then. So
I see. That's the thing. That's what's changed now for me. It's like I do not think at all for 1 second that if I give money to my kid that they're gonna eat something that's good, because I know I've been a kid and I'm gonna be eating shit. You're gonna get fucking crisps, sweets, chocolates.
There's choices though as well, don't it?
Yeah.
I guess there will be some kids that won't.
You don't think?
I think
kids
so.
Are kids, man.
We've all been raised as a vegan. Gonna be limited.
Yeah, but you're still gonna eat your
Oreos,
vegan
Oreos. Yeah, I guess. I just think it's. I mean, it depends though. If you put that into your child, right? They're not gonna. You're always gonna be like on the shoulder, and it's saying, "Don't do that."
Yeah, you're always gonna know it's wrong, right? I don't know.
But no, it's not really wrong or right. It's because if you're giving them the money, then you're allowing them to make the choice, isn't it?
You're trusting them.
Yeah. Or if you didn't, you just want to give them the money. You give them a packed lunch, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
So
my school didn't have a canteen or anything like that for a long time. So it was only until I got into high school. So that's like year 8, right?
Yeah.
That's when we got given like I actually had a canteen all the way up until that point. I had to have packed lunch. So, but whereas some schools, like when you get into like year 4 or whatever, right, you already got canteen. You can buy whatever, and they give you like stuff. Man, the lunches were different back then, man.
Yeah, it was better.
Yeah, it's a lot of fried food, isn't it? I don't know. What is it like now?
No, now it's a lot better.
Is it?
It's a lot better now, yeah.
No pizzas, nothing like that.
At break time and stuff, yeah, but not like at lunch and stuff. It's always like it's protein and rice or potato.
Protein, rice, potato. Wow. What do they give you? Like chicken breast?
No, normally thigh.
Chicken thigh. But what was that? Is it like grilled?
Well, they're not allowed to. They don't add like they're not allowed to fry things. They have fish on a Friday with some chips. That's it. There's only
like cod batter.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have to have a certain amount of days where it's like
healthy.
They have to have a vegetarian option as well.
Oh.
So like the vegetarian option is alright as well. To be fair, like vegetable curries and stuff. It's rice every day.
And kids, they eat that?
Yeah, they have to. Otherwise, they're not going to eat.
But they can't bring their own packed lunch?
No, they can if they want to, but most kids don't bring packed lunch, really.
That's mad. Because when you're in school, you don't really see people sit down and eat a curry.
You do now.
Yeah.
Do now.
Or pasta, they give you pasta.
We had katsu curry the other day.
That is mad.
Katsu curry.
That would be like the weird people back in the day when I was in school.
That was the main meal.
Oh,
So it's the main meal. And I guess that's where like another fitness like kind of myth is that having kind of like you can't have sort of that type of food if you're dieting when you can, because we know that I did that thing, didn't we? We know. Well, I know.
We.
Yeah. I know that if you eating in a deficit, it doesn't really matter what you eat. as long as you're in a deficit, right? So I guess that's a fitness myth as well. It's like, you have to eat oats, rice, sweet potato, chicken breast, turkey mince, steak.
The bro food.
That's all you can eat.
The thing is,
I was guilty of that for a long time.
Same.
Still am to a point.
Yeah, definitely way more flexible now. But I think at some point your diet does have to end up being that way anyway. Do you not think?
It does, but if you didn't want it to, it wouldn't have to.
But I feel like you need it to be. Otherwise,
I think
you are going to really struggle with total
struggle.
calories.
If you're on 1,500 calories and you're having 1 meal a day, like my Chipotle bowl was going to be over that later.
But it's mad that women will, let's say they're on 1,600 calories, they're going to do that whole eating different stuff because their hunger levels are not like, they get more satiated on the different foods. Whereas that's my lowest, right? So I'm not going to treat it that way. Whereas when they get down to 1,200, 1,000, that's when they start. So they can still live like that. But for us, we can't, right? So it's very interesting. I think when you do get towards that bottom end of the diet, it does have to end up looking that way.
Yeah.
Even though people are like, oh, yeah, eat whatever you want and lose weight.
Pop-Tarts.
At some point, you can't eat like that. Otherwise, there is going to be a sacrifice in terms of hunger.
Yeah, definitely.
And, whether or not you might accept it today, you might accept it tomorrow. Mate, after 2 weeks, you ain't accepting that. You're not going to go to sleep hungry. You're going to do something. And it's not sticking to your diet, that's for sure.
Exactly.
What the myths have you heard of? I think my biggest one is that I believed in to coincide with that was small meals improves your metabolism. I used to do that a lot, where I would just eat tiny little meals.
I used to eat like little ones.
And then that would boost your metabolism. So
speed up fat loss.
Yeah, that's things like that. I don't know why.
That's quite a dangerous one, really, isn't it?
It does. It does improve your appetite. That's for sure. Because it's like
then
appetizers,
you just feel like
right?
you're kind of never satisfied.
But I feel like that's helped me in a way because I learned to be very content with smaller meals.
You become immune to it.
Yeah, so I did that for so long, and I just became like my digestion was pretty good, put it that way. But I became very immune to like that kind of level of hunger, right?
Yeah.
So I felt like I could, and I didn't like being that full. And I probably still am like that now, where I don't really want to eat until I'm stuffed. But I push myself to do that because I know
you need it.
I need to do that because I need to try to gain weight.
Yeah.
I try not to be as hungry.
One of my ones is got told from early is if you want to grow muscle, you have to squat, bench, and deadlift. You've got to do all three.
All three.
You have to do all three. Or just across the week, and you have to keep doing it. Like if you want a big chest, you have to bench press.
Yeah. How many reps do you have to do? No,
just have to do it. You just have to. It has to be included.
I have to touch your chest.
Yeah.
Don't matter if you've got small chest, big chest. Have to touch your chest.
Have to touch chest.
Do you feel?
Have to squat. And you have to deadlift.
Do you feel like your range of motion has changed over time? So it feels easier now. So like for me, I used to bench, right, and didn't have as much of a chest. The range of motion was like that, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, I have to touch my chest.
Yeah.
Fuck, yeah. I'm doing like 20 reps, basically.
I'd always touch my chest. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And I'll have go at people that didn't. I'm like, but I'll be like, oh yeah, I benched 100 kilos. Did you touch chest? No, it doesn't count.
Yeah. But it's so different if you look at different compositions, right? Like my wife trying to touch her chest.
Yeah, of course.
It's going to be so different from me, right? Where my elbows end up. If you don't even forget about what you're holding in terms of the bar, right? Just think about where your elbows are.
Yeah.
Somebody who doesn't have much of a chest, not much of a rib cage, they put their elbows like way back there.
So far back.
And it looks weird, isn't it? Like the bench press almost looks weird. And then you look at someone like Eddie Hall, when he bench presses, he barely breaks parallel.
Yeah.
It's like this.
But he is though, for him. So it's just,
he touches his chest, right?
Yeah, all that full range of motion. I think that's a bit of a fitness myth as well, I was told.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, you got to do the full range of motion. You got to fully stretch and like all that sort of stuff.
I think you still need to train the full range of motion across the week. But I don't necessarily, I think it's a myth that you need to train it within that exercise for everything, right? Because you are okay to do partial reps.
Yeah.
You can do that. Let's say if your machine isn't that great, you can just train the top and then train the bottom. And then you're loading it really well across the board for two things, right? And you don't have to go, I'm going to do this or go to... I think there's a big myth where people go to the extremes of full range of motion. It's like, my muscle can go here, so I'm just going to take my arm all the way. Imagine if you did full range of motion for a reverse pec day. Your arm's touching.
Yeah.
You see that?
I wouldn't even be able to.
I used to work at this gym, right? And it's a commercial gym. I remember in Singapore, and you know, like when you see someone do reverse pec deck,
Yeah.
so you're like, oh, I've got space, I can walk behind. Do you know the amount of times I've been hit?
Yeah.
By
some
some geezer.
rocking
like
as
that.
well. So it's just crazy what
But they
people
touch,
do.
they touch their hands. You're
Yeah.
like, how have you done that? You've hit me now, because I thought that I had enough space to go through, but you somehow your range of motion is that you can touch. That's mad. It's like an owl turning his head 360
It's
degrees.
mad, isn't it?
Yeah. So that full range of motion is we're on. Because you work in a school, weight training stunts your growth. I think that's a huge myth.
Yeah, I think that's been.
but
I think that's been
obviously
debunked.
Yeah, I was naturally short, so I was like, well, I didn't fucking do no weight training. I'm so short. But yeah, I think it's a lot of times people think, oh, should kids be doing weight training? And they're like, no, they should be doing body weight exercises instead, right? Okay.
But it's still pressure, still the same force.
Fucking even heavier.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine you've given them dumbbell chest press, right? What, they maybe do 5-10 kilos tops. Mate, you tell them to do body weight. Sometimes their body weight's heavier than that.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's more damaging? What's going to stunt your growth more? Is it the load, or is it just the fact that you're holding the thing?
Is it not the same with like when they're playing sport anyway, when they're like running on like
The amount
worst
of,
thing you can run on is concrete.
yeah, but look at the amount of forces that's going through your knees
exactly.
and whatever, right?
Got these kids doing 15,000 steps at playtime.
Yeah.
It's like, should they just all be sat down then?
But if they did like what? But then, how much force is that? How much moment arm are you getting from that?
Exactly.
But then, if you consider them doing like maybe a 5 kilo leg extension,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
what's more damaging?
Don't know. Yeah, but this is it, isn't it?
It's
People always just want something to like
blame.
blame. Yeah,
Yeah.
always.
And I think it's rabbiting off. It's easy, right? It's like, it makes sense. Yeah, we shouldn't weight train. It's bad for you. Bad for your back. Some guy hurt his back.
Everything's bad for you.
Yeah.
Just pick your poison.
That's it. It's the dosage that
Exactly.
determines the poison, right?
I think one for me is that I'm still guilty of those. This myth is actually stuck.
No, what is it? Go for it.
You have to have protein within half an hour after you train.
That's one of them, yeah.
But that's stuck with me though. I believe that, and I think there's still a part of me that wants to believe it. Whereas like half an hour.
Everyone used to have protein shakes in their bags, innit?
Yeah. straight
Nowadays, people don't even bother. No post-workout, nothing, right?
away. No, I just have it when I get home now.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna eat though as well, then I won't now.
I still take it. If I was to have protein powder, let's say if I needed to take a shake, I would still take it.
I only don't take it now because I could normally go straight home and have dinner, and I don't want to like.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the timing of when you eat, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about, as long as you're getting like 3 hours. But you are definitely more anabolic post-workout.
Yeah.
And it would still benefit. But if you're going to eat anyway, it's kind of like redundant.
Yeah, 50-minute drive home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat. It's normally on the table as I walk
Yeah.
in. Shout out my girlfriend for that. So I don't want to have too much protein at once. I guess, which is a bit. Is that a fitness myth as well? Having too much protein in one sitting. You can have 40 scoop. You can have 40 grams from the whey, and then have like a 50-gram protein meal.
I think the myth is you can only digest a certain amount of protein in one sitting, but you can digest it all. How? Because if you couldn't digest it, that would mean that you could eat 50 grams, 60, 80 grams of protein or 100, and you wouldn't get fat.
Yeah.
But you would, because it's calories, right?
And who's to also say that you like? It might be like, if I eat 200 carbs in one sitting, I'm not going to digest them all.
Yeah.
Why can you digest the carbs?
Yes, you definitely are. Tell a diabetic that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? You definitely are. On that side of nutrition, have we got another one? You need a ton of calories to gain weight, or to gain muscle, sorry.
I'm guilty of that. I'm still guilty of that to this day. I have way too many calories for what I actually need.
Yeah, I think a lot of people used to think, oh, you need to be in like a surplus, they need to gain weight. But then obviously nowadays it's like, for natural anyway, you don't actually need to gain that much weight to build muscle.
No,
You know.
there's definitely a point where it's just
Too much.
with
You're
the point,
Archie.
Yeah, the point that I'm at for
It's a gluttony.
90% of the year, it's just at that point where it's like,
This is just a reason for me to eat more.
I don't need to eat this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't need to have that much.
Did you ever go down that route of carbs make you fat, like being scared of it? Was that a thing for you? Because you're a little bit younger than me.
I don't know, because I wouldn't say I was scared of them, but I was always, like that whole, I was part of that no carbs before marbs.
My bad.
My bad. So it'll be like, right.
So I haven't been to Marbella, so then
Have you not?
I'm not allowed to have carbs still.
You're missing out. You're the carb king. You've not been. You're allowed carbs.
Oh.
So if you're going to
I
Marbella...
thought it was before. So you have to go to Marbella.
If you're going to Marbella,
yeah.
in the run-up, you're like, no carbs before we get to Marbs. So when you get to Marbs, carbs are allowed.
Okay.
But before Marbella, not allowed it.
Why is it? What's so special about Marbella? Is it good insulin sensitivity?
It's a party town, man. It's time to party when you go to Marbella.
Right.
Down in Port Banús. It's time to party.
Okay.
So I'll be like, right.
Is there a lot of carbs in Marbs?
This is not paella.
Okay. Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
But so I would do that thing where it's like, okay, so I can't have carbs because I want to lose weight. So I'm going to do keto.
Yeah.
So I've
But then did you eat loads of like fat and loads of protein?
I mean, it was more. You'd have like 120 grams of fat and then just like 250 grams of protein, like sort of thing. So it's still like a decent amount of calories. But I just thought, because I'm not eating carbs, I didn't understand what the fat was. In my head, and what I read online was like, if you switch your body to using fat as an energy store rather than carbs, you're going to burn more body fat, which I guess is the idea behind the keto diet. But I did keto diet. I've done a lot of keto diets for like months.
I did it as well.
Did you prefer it or?
No.
You didn't prefer it?
Fucking Chinese, bro.
Yeah,
we need to eat rice.
Bare starch for you.
We need to eat rice, bro.
It's true. I found it quite easy. I'm not gonna lie.
It was hard, man. But I did it for a long
Bare
time.
feta cheese.
I did it. Oh, I don't like. See, I don't really like fats. I'm not like a
cheese.
I could easily go
5.
like 20 grams of fat a day, less.
20.
I can do that.
That's my grenade bar, bro.
But give me rice. I need rice. Chinese, man. I have to have.
I eat a lot of rice. My girlfriend gets annoyed because I'm always like, she's like, what do you want to do? Like, rice. So she goes, you bum rice. I like rice.
It's part Chinese now.
I just think it's just easy to eat. And for what you get from it, it's just like, it's nice, man.
It tastes good, innit? It changes the taste, yeah. It's good texture. Yeah, I'm a big fan. But yeah, I could eat, like, carbohydrates for me is one of the things. And I changed my life to do that, right? Because I used to think, oh, I want it. I want to need, like, carbs, they're not essential. You don't need that. Fats, protein. And I remember I didn't really understand calories at the time when I was powerlifting, trying to lose weight. So I would like do what your mum would tell you, right? Eat unlimited amounts of food with carbs and fats. But then like I was spooning out peanut butter.
Yeah, of course.
But I wouldn't eat carbohydrates.
Yeah.
But then I didn't lose no weight.
Yeah, exactly. Because I guess that's what, when it comes down to it, it's just a bit like, you only know what you know, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I didn't know anything.
Yeah, exactly.
At all.
Pure peanut butter.
Yeah, other than the soundbite of, you don't. This is not essential, so you don't need it. But that was very, like, common in the industry at 2010. That was big, man. Like, low carb dieting was a thing.
Yeah, it's come a long way now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a thing. And then
now people are high carb dieting.
Yeah. Now people like laugh at people who do low carb.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, all right. So in terms of training as well, what about the knees can't go over your toes? That's a big one, right? It's just everyone used to squat like in powerlifting.
Yeah.
Get the knees back, hips back, whatever. That's how you should squat. Knees should never go over your toes.
I've never been guilty of that.
No, guilty of that.
Because I think my thing was just always more, squatting, yeah, it's always just about, am I parallel?
Yeah.
Or just below? So whatever I have to do to get there.
You have to stretch your hamstrings. That was a big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got to stretch my hamstrings to get depth. Yeah, right.
Otherwise I can't do it. Tight glutes.
Tight, yeah, everything's tight glutes.
I think one for me as well was always got to wear a belt.
Yeah, you were saying, right? I have to wear a belt.
Whatever exercise, I got to wear a belt.
Yeah. You found something, didn't you, in Zara?
Yeah, Zara in another shop was like selling these weightlifting belts. Bro, they're like £60.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. But yeah.
Zara, and there was another, I can't remember the name of the shop. It was like a weird shop in Lakeside.
Berkshire or something like that.
Yeah, some I can't remember, something like that. Like one of those, like, it's like a pop-up shop.
It's elastic, isn't it? Is it elastic or they got level?
No, buckle belts. They're the black one and the brown one. Proper like weightlifting.
Really?
Mad.
SBD.
Literally. Imagine that. Imagine you go somewhere and you say, wearing that. You're like, whoa, what's happening here? Am I at a powerlifting comp or what's going on?
Well, the girls are like, do powerlifting. They're like, I'm not buying that belt. I'm just wearing my SBD.
Yeah, exactly. Just wear my RDX one.
You wouldn't notice it, right? You can tell.
Honestly.
Imagine you see a girl wear RTX.
Do you think like the person that designed that belt for like Zara, the one I sent you, basically what it was is this fat back brown belt that women would like wear around their waist, sort of thing. Do you think maybe that powerlifter, the designer, was like, actually?
Belt.
Do you think they're trolling? Do you think like
Maybe?
we see some of the stuff that people are wearing nowadays as well? Do you think like some of these designers are like, I wonder if anyone's actually gonna wear this?
Yeah, oh, these bodybuilders wear oversized stuff. Let me make it even bigger.
Yeah, literally.
Let me get it over.
It's actually a bed sheet.
Yeah, let me make it oversized.
Yeah.
Should be overly sized. What about the soreness for a good workout? That's something.
Yeah,
that
I was guilty of that.
I probably still am a little bit. Still chase
I'm not.
that.
I don't know, because I think where you now become more reliant on the logbook. It's like, as long as the logbook's good, how you feel is a bit irrelevant, right? I don't know.
I always still try to push myself in the gym. Like,
Yeah.
that's one thing. Is
I don't like being sore.
you know, being sore.
No, I hate being sore.
I'm nursing some leg soreness right now, and it's.
Oh, you want it, man.
I don't know. I like it in some respects, but then when you do certain things, it's like fucking hell. My legs are like in bits right
Yeah,
now.
but you don't think like when you get used to like a movement pattern, the soreness then kind of decreases because
That's where you deload, right, and then you get it back.
What's a dealer?
Well, you rest a bit, and then you're like, fuck. Now you go back into it, and it's like it starts to ramp up again.
Yeah.
I think because your body adapts to that, right?
Yeah,
And then you need more and more and more and more.
definitely
to
been
feel
guilty
that
of being
soreness.
like walking out the gym and going like I've literally just finished 5 minutes. Oh man, I'm so sore.
Oh really?
Yeah, definitely been.
Have you ever been sore within the workout?
I think from like certain mainly leg day.
It's when I've had a rest.
What's
for a
your worst
while.
DOMs? Like, what's the one that you hate the most?
Worst? I don't know, man. I think hamstrings or glutes or something like that.
I hate
Calves
chest. I
as well.
hate chest
You don't like
DOMs.
chest DOMs?
Chest DOMs is a killer.
Yeah.
Cause you can have a slow day and be off your feet.
It hurts though. Like I'm sitting here for the last couple of hours and
Yeah, but if you think but when you're like using your arms like pick things up or do whatever, you come across
lower back soreness is pretty nasty as well.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people think lower back DOMs is like bad.
Yeah,
You know, like you can have DOMs anywhere else. People are like, oh, I feel that. Moment that lower back feel some soreness. People are like, I think I've hurt myself.
Yeah, I've hurt myself.
I've injured myself. I can't do this. This is not good.
I'm never deadlifting again.
Yeah. Forearm soreness is pretty rough as well.
Yeah.
I had a client, he did, we used to do like tempo stuff in the gym, right? It's like 4, 3, 2,
Yeah.
and hang. Oh, his biceps got so fucking sore. And the next time he came into training, he was like,
Yeah, they're so tight. That's
yeah,
why
he's like,
it's
I can't straighten my arms. And I had to give him like a trap bar to hold. Like that at the
Stretch him
time.
out.
And just let it hang, just relax your arm.
That's
and he had to
crazy.
get his
Killing people out here, man.
Yeah, that was when I was younger, man. I was doing PT, and it's just like absolutely just destroy people. And it's like it's the first time he's ever trained. And
Yeah.
you're like taking it to failure.
Shout out that guy, man.
Yeah,
I wonder
he's a teacher. He was a head
Oh, really?
teacher.
I wonder
Yeah.
where he is now.
He's probably still living in
walking around like
Singapore.
this.
Yeah, he got absolutely destroyed though. Yeah,
It was good though. That's
Yeah.
what people
He
want.
enjoyed it though. He gave me a fucking really good review.
Good.
But yeah, if I look back now, I'm like, oh yeah, probably shouldn't have pushed him to that degree.
Yeah, but
First session.
live and learn,
You
eh?
never know. Yeah, everyone's got to go through it. I mean,
Live
I'm
and
sure
learn.
we've all done it, right? But imagine your first training session ever and being taken by somebody who's obviously experienced and knows how to train hard, right? Just absolutely destroyed you.
First time I trained, I was training with my friends who were older than me, so they'd been training already, and they worked at the gym, and it was leg day. First time I've been in the gym, and they were doing squats.
Yeah.
So I managed to like the bar. Bro, 60 kilos nearly killed me.
60.
I couldn't get, and then he said, "Oh no, you can't train with us yet. You need to go work on the machines." So they sent me away.
You feel pissed.
Well, within 2 years, I was outlifting them on everything. So
Yeah. That's rough. There's always one friend, isn't it, when in the group where you're lifting and you're like, you just can't keep up, but he's like always
But I
trying to
couldn't-
keep up.
Yeah, 60. I couldn't squat. I got like halfway and was like, I can't get back up
Were
from
your
it.
legs tiny there then?
Ish.
Yeah. I could always squat. That's the thing.
I
Natural
could
for me.
Never
Bang
done
on.
it.
I think the
Never
first
done
time.
it before.
Yeah. The first time I did powerlifting, like properly squatting, and I think I did like 140, right? And I was like, oh, this is hard. And then the guy was like, yeah, try these knee wraps on.
Yeah,
Bought 190.
Yeah, you're a freak, man.
Yeah. And then like we took the next week was deload, and then we did the powerlifting competition the week after. That was my
Crazy.
first contest.
Crazy.
We went out the night before.
Well, you literally didn't give a shit about anything.
no. Well, my mates were like, oh, we're going to go clubbing, bro. I was like, oh, I've got a comp tomorrow, man.
Mm.
I was like, no, we won't stay out for long. All right, come on.
Just for a little bit.
Yeah.
The light sesh.
Yeah. I'm not a drinker, I didn't really drink. But
It's not optimal though, is it?
we went out for sure. That was fucking jokes.
Live to tell the tale.
That's it, man. You did stupid stuff as a kid, man, but hey, there we go.
I had one for myth was like you have to have intro workout. I went through a stage of every session at the halfway point I'd have a whole bag of jelly beans.
Oh, that's your intro workout, not even like
No,
he's eating jelly beans.
Jelly beans.
Powerlifter style.
Yeah, literally.
Shit.
Or like strawberry laces.
I thought you were gonna
from
say
Tesco.
like I used to have to take Pepto Pro, EAAs,
No. Just take some quick, fast sugar.
I used to do the Pepto Pro stuff because obviously Jordan used to help me, right?
Yeah.
And I was religious with that, man. That was like I told you I used to go back into the gym, right? Sometimes I forget it at home. Like, shit,
Oh,
can't train. Got to go back. Went back to get it and then come back.
got to start again. Start from scratch.
Yeah, get to the gym. You're like, oh, I don't have it.
It's mad, isn't it, when you get into those like kind of habits?
It's like that's so meaningful to you that you needed to go. But
So placebo as well.
yeah,
Like,
I wanted it though. You know?
Yeah.
That's,
I respect it. Don't get me wrong. I respect
I was
it.
dedicated.
Wanted it bad enough.
Yeah, that's it. There we go. So I hope you found our discussion interesting. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to leave a review on iTunes and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And if you are not sure if you should be doing any of these myths, then you can drop us a comment below. And you can find me on Instagram at Gym With Him, and my co-host is at Archie13 with 2 E's. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.